our yin portion. This is where we're going to double the length of our exhale. We're going to inhale for 3, exhale for 6, inhale for 2, exhale for 4, whatever it is that you want to do. And let's start with the low back because that's what we just warmed up. So you're probably going to need a block here. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a butterfly pose. And butterfly pose, yes, it's going to stretch out your inner thighs. You're going to take your block and you're going to put your block on top of your feet. And you're going to figure out how far you want your feet to be away from your body. And you're going to rest your forehead on the block. And you're just going to relax your hands down onto the mat. And this is, I want you to think about your low back. We're focusing on our low back. We've got 3 minutes on the timer. I want you to focus on that low back. So positioning your feet will have an effect on how you feel in your low back. All right, say goodbye to yoga. Goodbye, yoga. I know. Goodbye. This is like aging kitty dementia that I'm dealing with. Okay. So I've got the block on the tallest level. Resting my forehead comfortably. Palms can be up, palms can be down. Inhale for 3. Exhale for 6. Scan your body. The reason that we're breathing this way is because it helps us get us into the most relaxed state possible. We want the muscles that we're holding in a long hold stretch, to be as relaxed as possible. We don't want to be pushing them, pulling them, moving them, straining. It needs to be a gentle hold where the muscle isn't working at all, but the muscle is at a lengthened state, whatever that lengthened position is. If there's any pain, sensation, other than maybe you feeling a light stretch, then if you're feeling anything that's affecting your ability to breathe, or you're feeling like this is too much, then you back off. Maybe you rest your left hand on your right hand, and then you bring your forehead to your stacked hands, so that you're lessening that forward fold. You're in a forward fold with bent knees. This is kind of our third version of that, right? Doubling the length of your exhale. Why? Because we want to be as relaxed as possible. Loosey-goosey. All right, slowly release. Bring your block out from on top of your feet. Release your legs out in front of you, lower to one elbow, and then lower to the other elbow. We transition in and out of these poses very slowly because we want to stay in this relaxed, down-regulated state. Take a couple of breaths. We're going to move up the spine. Bend your knees, rock your knees to one side. Use the top hand to gently press yourself up and come to all fours. You might want to have your bolster nearby. We're going to do a thread the needle. So thread the needle, your hips can be high or your hips can be low, like a child's pose. So we'll start on all fours with our knees underneath our hips and our hands underneath our shoulders. And we're going to take the left hand, and make sure your right hand is in line with your right knee. I want you to bring your left elbow halfway in between your right wrist and your right knee, palm facing up. And then bring your left ear to the mat, wiggle your arm out, see if you can lower all the way down so that your shoulder is on the mat. So here are your options here, because you are here for 3 minutes. You can spread your knees wide, bring them in a little bit closer, and you can do this in child's pose. If this is difficult, you can take your bolster and you can put your arm on the bolster and rest your head on the bolster. You're still getting a twist. You can straddle the bolster and put it in between your legs so that your butt is sitting on the bolster. You can put the bolster between your glutes and your heels. And let's talk about the right hand. The right arm can be outstretched so that your bicep is by your ear. And you're dropping your right armpit down so that your right shoulder isn't lifted. Or you can take this right hand and bring it to your low back and reach for the hip crease of between your left thigh and your left hip. Or you can just rest your right hand on your low back. Breathe in, double your exhale. Or you can tent your right fingers in front of your left forearm. You can push with your fingers and roll and try to look up a little bit. And then just hold this tented position where you're increasing the twist through your spine. Nice big exhale, saying, big open mouth, relaxed tongue. You can bend your right elbow and rest your head on your right hand and look up just a little bit. That takes the work out of the right arm and gives you a little bit more of a twist through the neck and through the spine. Slowly begin to release. Unweave the arm, come to your hands, bring your hands down, swing your feet forward, and just do whatever feels good just for a counter pose here. I'm just going to windshield wiper my knees from side to side. All right, let's go the other side. All fours. Right elbow, I like to start halfway between the hand and the knee, just to make sure, you just want everything to be in one line. And then I'm gonna bring my right ear down to the mat. On the other side, I brought my knees wide and I was actually in child's pose. I like to lower my hips and feel more rested here. That's just personal. If you want to go to a bind, your left hand comes around and it sits in the crease of this hip. If it's too much on your shoulder, you grab your bolster and you just lift everything up, and you do it a little bit lifted, so that it's a little bit less of a stretch. Left hand can be in a bind. Fingers can be tented to kind of help you look up a little bit over that left shoulder and then sort of hang there. Or your arm can be outstretched in front to square your shoulders. You'll get a little shoulder impingement on the right side. You'll sort of trap that shoulder. Remember, we're really trying to focus on this twist here. Double your exhale. Every exhale, we're trying to come more to the back of the head, or do whatever we can do to increase this stretch a little bit. I'm just going to rest on my left hand because I pulled the bolster in to kind of show you what it will look like with a bolster. You can also straddle your bolster. We're just trying to twist the middle part of that back. You should feel good. Focus on your breath. Inhale through your nose. Super relaxed. Holding a muscle in a relaxed state for a long period of time will give you lasting changes in the flexibility of that muscle. We can't make it any longer, but we can change the health and structure of that muscle by focusing on the fascia, focusing on the mobility of the ligaments and the tendons and the joint, and focusing on the health of the muscle so that it's more comfortable at a longer length. That's all we're trying to do here, is be more comfortable at a longer length. And then slowly release, press yourself up. You can lie on your back, you can hug your knees, you can windshield wiper your slowly. You can lift your hips, you can lower your hips. Okay, we're going to give you two choices for the final hold. The first one is going to be Sphinx over the bolster. So this is going to be for your lower back, okay? But we're rather than going forward, we're going to stretch through the front of the body by putting the back by flexing through the low back. So I'm going to take my bolster and I'm going to put it between my rib cage and my triceps. I'm going to untuck my toes. My elbows are right up against the bolster. This is your one choice, right? So over the 3-minute time period, if you want, you can go to seal pose and you can extend your elbows, but this would be your starting position. You could maybe bring your arms out wider, but you want to hold and not have it be too much work. Or your other option is happy baby, which also works your elbows on the inside of the knees, hands on the pinky edges of the feet. This also works your low back, but there's a little bit more play in here through the hips. So it's your choice for the final 3 minutes. Bolstered Sphinx. Now if you're in Sphinx, I'm going to talk a little bit about each one. Tops of the feet are on the mat, legs are relaxed. You can bring your chin down to your chest. And slowly see if you can get more of that. You'll be stretching through the upper part of that, through the neck. Very, very top through the shoulders. Without sinking. You can bring your chin to your chest, but you can't let your chest collapse. Your elbows are still a little bit active. That's a big stretch. Or your chin is neutral. Maybe you bring your arms out in front and you're in seal pose. Again, whatever you want to do with your neck. Or if you're in happy baby, you're just chilling. No rocking, no lengthening. Happy baby can be hard to hold for 3 minutes. Sometimes it's easier to do this like strap contraption, where you sort of strap yourself in from your low back to your feet, so you're not actually holding with the hands and actually pressing with the elbows and working to stay in this position, although it is a nice low back stretch. It just requires a little bit more work. But if you're familiar with strapping your happy baby, that's a really great way to do it. And bring your breath to your back. Direct your exhale to where you feel this in your low back muscles. You can lose the bolster completely and just increase with your hips being a little bit lower than the ribs here. It'll increase the stretch in the low back. And release. Come down all the way down onto your belly. Stack your hands, pick up your feet, and just rock your ankles from side to side. Just windshield wiper ankles side to side. Drop your right foot to the mat. Drop your left foot to the mat. Just turn your head to the side, one side. Maybe release the stacked hands. Press back to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. Little counter pose here. Forehead down to the mat. Take a couple breaths here. Let's seal the deal at the end of the class. Walk your hands in towards your knees. And press yourself up to a seated position. Just rest your hands on your lap. Close your eyes. All right, blink your eyes open.